brightest in the sky.
No, it just wants to do triangles. It's fantastic. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be teaching how to play Human Torch. We're going to cover all the abilities. Then we're going to go into an empty round pretty much with bots. I say empty round because we're going to be playing with bots. So let's cover each and every single one of Human Torch's abilities. So whenever you play Human Torch this coming Friday, I believe, then of course you'll be able to know how everything works. We're going to cover all the abilities, go through everything with as much detail and tips as humanly possible from my perspective. And yeah, let's just get right into it. First off, his left click operates very much like a shotgun. I've been hearing everyone talk about it. And of course, you notice that you don't have an ammo. You pretty much have the little trigger in the center there of how much you're able to burn through, right? Which is interesting. But I kind of reminds me Human Torch being more similar to a shotgun version of Storm. Because look, if you notice when you're shooting, it's not just a simple projectile. You're shooting in a shotgun blast pattern, which is also very interesting when it comes to Human Torch. Now, the right click pairs with an ability. It's a lot slower. It goes straight, and you can hit them with it, but it's best to kind of hit them whenever they're on the ground because you only got a few of them. And you'll see in a second, I'll go and press my E. And it ties them all together, and it does damage for whoever is pretty much in the fire. So if you ever played any World of Warcraft and anybody ever says, don't, touch the fire, then that's going to be pretty much it. It's important to know when to time this, though, because you notice that it does have a very long cooldown. At least you can see the number of embers that are around you. So you can do a straight line like this. Ready? And then connect it, and then do some damage. And it really depends on where you connect it, though, and how much damage it does do. And so what I really recommend, let's go ahead and turn off the ability. You could practice this whenever you do it. It's amazing, the range on this. So you can make a pretty big square. You can connect at least 5, and then we connect it, and there you go. And then it does do damage. It can be a little finicky. And whenever we're playing against the bots, you'll be able to see it a little bit better in terms of it being more effective. But my gosh, does that have some range to it? Whenever it does, look at that. Especially when they're in the center of it. Whew, jeez, that's insane. It does a lot of damage, but of course it depends on the radius in which you throw it, moving around. And of course these, there you go. Look at that. That's crazy. So technically, yes, if you're thinking, you can technically put this on a point and then block a ton of people out. The area denial by Human Torch is absolutely insane. Just bonkers at that point. So remember, the downside when you're using Human Torch here, though, is really the fact that you only get 3 of these. And you see the charge. You can throw probably 4, and then you go again, and then tie it. That's probably the max that you can do. You can probably do 6 in there, maybe, give or take. And then, of course, you can start blasting as much as you can back and forth, like so. But then once you run out of embers, you run out of embers. But you don't ever truly run out, so I don't really think it's anything to really worry about there. So now let's take a look at the next ability is your shift, which is your, trying to get back to the point. This lasts for about 12 seconds whenever I timed it. You don't really move that fast, which is the interesting part, because when I say Human Torch really acts like a shotgun and benefits there, like if you're really far away trying to hit, I mean, you still hit for a good amount, but the closer you are, the more deadly you are. You can see just from the damage alone. So, but if you're trying to get out, I don't know, like you're still going to get pretty smacked up. So you got to think about your positioning. So when I think about positioning, I think of like stuff like this, being able to like duck and weave in and out of cover like so, and then trying to hide your positioning like this. It's probably the best tip I can give. And then placing that fire like this, and then connecting it, doing a bunch of damage, and then going around and hiding. So that's the positioning tip I would give. I don't think that it's probably best to just go right into a firefight against Human Torch, but that's just my recommendation there. You probably could. I mean, early on, I think he's going to do a whole lot of damage. Now, his F is great for getting people off point. It's got a long cooldown, though, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put on these settings again and just go crazy, all right? There you go. It doesn't do a whole lot. Look at the HP. I would say it's probably like 100. It's like Invisible One's pull or push. It's really designed if somebody's on point to push them off. You can get people off of point. You can knock them off of the height. There you go. And then really kick them off. And there you got yourself a free elimination. That's what I really think about that move. Now, the interesting part as well is his ultimate ability, which also pairs with Storm. This is crazy. This is absolutely bonkers. Now, we don't want to be... let's go and switch this up. All right. So now, let's highlight the ultimate ability. This is nasty. This is crazy. So you hear that she's got her ultimate. All right, and then she's going to pop out. Go ahead and put your fire there. Look at that. Look at her ultimate paired with it. Crazy. Crazy amounts of damage there. Paired with Storm. That's why it's interesting. Storm tends to have a bit more range than you do, and you tend to be more of like that close range fire that's absolutely crazy. And even if you do it after the fact, just alone, I just want you to see the ultimate alone. Crazy. You'll notice you can put more of your E afterwards and pair it, because this will last even after the fact there, which is pretty cool. And then pair it again. All you got to do is light her up. Light her up wherever she goes. Insane amount of damage. That's pairing two ultimates, especially when they're nerfing the healers this season as well, which makes it even crazier to deal with. You'll see later, I have a blooper. I tried to make a 4. I can only make squares and triangles. I can't make a 4. I am incapable of making a 4. So is it fantastic? I don't know. You comment down below. Let me know. Now, the other thing you can pair with, again, is your siblings. So let's go and do the little pairing here. Bring Invisible Woman, and then you press this, and you get your shield. So if I were to get hit, there you go. Remember, this is a pretty strong benefit considering I told you the issue is, like, if you get caught out and you're trying to run away, yeah, you're going to get kind of in trouble. So your positioning is going to matter a whole lot. And then denying space afterwards, that's really the magic where it really comes into play. So you just got to be really smart about it. So again, you got your left click, you got your right click, you have your E, which connects. It's like Connect 4. It's got a long cooldown on it, essentially. So make sure that you manage that appropriately. You do get 3 charges of this, and it does charge after the fact. You can only hold on to 3. This goes 15 seconds, a lot of amount of time. Slamming down is about 12 seconds, and then you got 12 seconds of dashing around, and then your ultimate is just absolutely bonkers. So that is Human Torch. Those are my quick recommendations. Make sure you value your positioning. You are a shotgun who can fly around, essentially. You are brutal. You are strong when it comes to damage. You're good at pushing people away, but I promise you're going to get a lot of focus. You're going to have a lot of people focusing you. So that team up and that power is really going to go a long way. So now we're going to let's go to segue to a quick match. Let's go have some fun. So I'm uploading both the Human Torch and the Thing, just how to play them both. But for this guide specifically, I'm only going to do this for the Human Torch. Partly because I really believe that this map is designed really strong around the Human Torch. I guess you could say around the Thing as well in terms of those really big close quarter moments. But again, remember how I was saying positioning really matters? And flying around and finding those areas that I had mentioned are so important. So we connect these dots and we deny space and we move around the map. You'll notice just how important it really is to find those angles and that cover, right? Now, this is, of course, you know, the first spot in which we're defending and everything. But the most important thing is to use those angles. And a lot of characters besides the flyers can only really do this, which is really insane to think about whenever you're looking at your positioning and then you're moving forward and then flying up high and then catching people out. So as you explore this new map, I encourage you to look for those health packs to find those resets. So this is a great reset spot right here, especially whenever you're pushing early on to retreat towards. This is a great spot right there as well. And really looking for these angles as a Human Torch so then you can get up close and personal and then do sick stuff like this and then deny space like that. So as you're pushing forward, that's going to be a lot of power. And a lot of people don't do this, but whenever you're a flyer, you can really block. And I've seen a lot of rocket players do this as well when they're climbing. But you'd be surprised how much you can get away and reposition when you're just moving around like so. So I highly encourage that. I think it's really important. This map is absolutely beautiful. I think this map is wonderful. That's why I say I think it's really strongly designed for flyers like the Human Torch. So hopefully these tips help you explore the map, go into a custom server whenever it is available. But I'm hopefully giving you just more of the aerial view on what is possible by looking around. I mean, wow, this is Central Park. Looking around, I lived in New York for 13 years. I I don't know what part of Central Park this is. This is not the Central Park that I know, but still nonetheless looks wonderful. And there's a little crevices here that you can find and fly around too. Health pack sitting up here. There's like whole areas in which you can really play. It's crazy. I've been exploring this for a hot minute, and there's just so many different angles in which you can play that really adds strength to like just anybody who's lurking in the shadows. Dive is going to be nutty this season, and I fear for all the strategists out there are going to be screaming very much soon. All right, so let's go play against some bots and just see Human Torch in action. So the goal here is I get to show off the new skin. We're going to play against some bots. Now, there are going to be a lot of other content creators play against players, but I wanted to get something out so you can really just see either the new map, but also get Human Torch in a timely manner. Because I know you guys want to see everything, and that's the goal, is just to really see it, not just hear show like me flexing the character. Just really get the overall feel and how they act. This is really cool, actually, the map. Yeah, just destroy everything in here. Why not? The new skin is that. This skin is crazy, actually. This is a really nice skin. I'm never one like crazy about skins, but it's actually not bad. Who else runs around and just destroys everything in the main room? Am I the only one who does that? Who like just feels compelled to destroy everything at the starting area? What does it say? The Tomb of Dracula. All right, let's do this. These are bots, so I assume that even if they're on hard, watch me get rolled and embarrass myself. And if that's the case, well, I guess that's what we're gonna be uploading. All right, like I said. Human Torch, shotgun, right? Get that burst damage. Use that cover on different areas, right around these areas, you know? Create those squares like so. Oh, I gotta do better than that and make a better one. That's crazy. I did expect to do a little more damage. And you would think initially that it's gonna do a whole lot more. But you really got to lock them in. Wow, these guys are actually pretty... Did they increase the bots? Like, what's going on? I'm embarrassing myself here. These guys are good, dude. That's crazy. Have I... When I face against bots, I didn't even know they had these settings in here. This is insane. Alright, let's try to make a big one here. See what happens. Okay. You can get headshots pretty easy, but... Definitely better if you get closer like so. Oh my gosh. These guys are good, dude. That's crazy. Has anybody ever faced the bots in the custom range like this? Like, these guys are insane. They are a lot harder to connect than it looks, to be honest. I'm embarrassing myself mostly. But hey, that's why it's called a first look and trying to figure things out, right? Hello's still very strong, apparently. See if I can lock somebody in here. I can't seem to connect them in real time. That's actually crazy. That's going to take some work. Really connecting everything. It is just not working for me. So this is just the kind of that real world example. You guys are going to do a lot better with this than me, to be honest. The problem is that if you hit the wall, by the way, it doesn't count it. That's kind of the downside. So you really gotta, and if they get blocked, you see how that angle right there didn't count? There we go. Now we're doing something. All right, there we go. All right, let's just, I would say use our ultimate. Bro, you're not, why would you use your ultimate? Well, that's why he's a bot. I'm gonna fly around. The bots, I swear, are like, let's take a look. Let's look at this. Did they make him better or something? Or has they have always been like this? Dude, I think these bots hit better than certain players that I faced off against in a rank, dude. It's crazy. Like, that's literally insane. Okay, so there are certain spots you have to be very careful of where you're putting your ability, by the way. It's you got to be very careful. You can shoot pretty fast, but like I say, you see how it's not like super impactful? All right, there we go. It doesn't really do a whole lot there. As you do this, I think the best tip I can provide is like really getting used to those sweet spots and where they're, my gosh, whenever they're close. Shotgun, like I said, shotgun, the power. Look at that, the damage. Oh my gosh, there we go. Now we go. Jude, look at that. That's crazy. Now we're getting it. Now they're acting like bots. That's what I expected this whole time. What is this, by the way? What is that? Alright, we're gonna use our ultimate. I just kind of didn't want to waste it. So if I go here, 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 and then boom. It denies space, but it's harder to, like... Most people are not gonna stand in that, FYI. There's no way. And also, like, if you're placing off against Strange, because it's got such a long cooldown, you gotta be really smart about where you're placing that. Like, really, really smart. Alright, let's try this and see how crazy it is. Oh my god, that's insane. Good thing I hold on to that. Dude, I don't even have Storm here. Good job, sis, for blocking those out. That's insane. Oh, you really gotta get close and personal, man. You look at the damage difference just by if you're up close and personal. It's such a big difference. Such a big difference. Oh, that's cool. Like I said, if you're facing Strange or Magneto, you got to be sure that nobody's really eating that damage, and also that you're hitting something that makes a whole lot of sense. And then just blocking off an area. Probably better to use defensively, or if you're trying to hold off a certain area. Hey, this is a good way to test it. Wow, look at that. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage! Also died. Well, cool. That's entertaining. Where am I? I'm not kidding. Where am I? What is this? Is that Blade? How do I get out of here? What is this? Do I have to destroy something? Is this a minigame? What? Oh, G to teleport. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Well, now you know when exploring the map. That's the first time I ever experienced that. That's pretty interesting. Well, it's a flyer. It's pretty easy to dodge Human Torch's ultimate. So you don't have to worry about that too much. It does charge up pretty quick. This bot's... Dude, you're so hard to hit. What are you doing? Dude. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. Let's see. Let's play around with this. Let's see if they'll let us. Ready? Nope. Didn't connect there. Alright. We're burning everyone. Screw this. It's a good amount of damage, but not as much as you would think. It's a good amount of damage, but nothing too crazy. So these are the takeaways that I'm already learning right off the rip. You got to be so strategic of how you're putting your flames down, okay? Like, beyond belief, you got to be really smart about it. Having map knowledge is going to be key and where to push it, but also make sure that you're not hitting somebody. Let me show you. Like, if you hit this, it's not going to land. If you hit this, it'll land. If you hit this over here, guess what? It's not going to land. So I have been testing it for a while, but when you're in the moment trying to practice it, like, yeah, you're gonna make a whole lot of mistakes, and it kind of sucks. So be very selective and it could be kind of a surprise. I think probably more of the trick to this is to just try hitting somebody over and over again, and then when you miss, tie them all together afterwards. You see how I can just keep using it and switching between my abilities, right? I think more of the trick is just almost like you're setting up a trap, right? And then you're like, okay, time to unleash that trap. There it goes. Works a lot better already. It's pretty amazing, actually. So just be smart about it and have it fall back as like a surprise trap rather than it being intentionally always trying to do it, unless you're trying to control a point. Because you don't really want to intentionally miss, right? That's not really the benefit there. You don't really want to just shoot around your target. You want to hit them. But if you miss enough, then you pull it out as a surprise, like, gotcha moment. Then it really benefits there. Wait, are we going to lose this? Well, I'm uploading it anyways. All right. So if you're interested, be sure to check out my guide on early tips on the thing. This was fun. I was definitely messing around quite a bit, trying to get used to the character, but it's a whole lot of fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the other video. So I'm also going to point to this one as well.
Separate lines, right?
Yeah, so if I do this one first, and then if I do...
Make a triangle.
God damn it. How do you do... Maybe I do a triangle first, and then I do a line if I do this, like that, right? And then I go... God, it doesn't work.
It changes.
It changed it. I can't do a 4. Why would it let me do a 4? Hold on, ready? Let's try this again. This will be a blooper. All right, we got this. Ready? So the straight line. And then... That's like the closest. That's the closest I got to a 4. If only this line would work. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
It's based on distance, no?
Yeah. If I okay. What if I do this? Ready? And then I make a line like this. Man, I was okay. I know it was gonna be a funky 4, but like I was trying to go for it because you can do a line.
Yeah.
And then like I can't even do this. Oh no! Oh, hold on! No! Ruined! I ruined it! I can't do a 4. I don't know how to do a 4. Oh, you know, okay. No! It just wants to do triangles. It's fantastic. God, I hate this. Okay, what if I did a long line, and then I did... Fantastic. I see the 4, don't you? Okay, well I know the 4 has to have a line like that. What if I just did an X?
Nope.
It's always squares and triangles. This game sucks. I can't get it to work. Did you hear that, Sue? You suck. Nova! Nah! Ah! 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 Ah!